My name is Julie Ribley, and I am the Executive Director of CASA v. Central Wisconsin. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. CASA is part of a national organization. It actually started in the 1970s in Seattle, Washington. So the judge was looking at what we call in Wisconsin CHIPS cases, so children that have been found to have been abused or neglected by a parent or caregiver that are under protective order. And in Seattle, Washington, these children were coming in front of the judge about every 6 months, which is typical for here in Wisconsin for us today. And the judge felt like he didn't have enough information about the children. So what he did was he started the CASA program. He reached out to the community members to say, could you advocate for this child that's in need of protection and services? And what I like about that is because that's exactly why we still need the CASA program in Wisconsin today. We train, recruit, supervise lay people in the community. We ask that they are 21 years of age or older. We ask that they're able to give at least a 1-year commitment. And then they go through training that is by state statute regarding children that have been abused or neglected. The 30-hour training. Once they complete the training, they are sworn in by a judge. CASA is seen as a friend of the court. They are sworn in by the judge to advocate for a child's best interest that's under, again, what we call a CHIPS order, child in need of protection and services. Our advocates meet with the child 1 hour for every week. They form a relationship with them. They get to know them. They talk to everyone else that's involved in that child's life. So mom and dad or foster parents, social workers, the attorney, the guardian ad litem that's assigned to that child, health professionals, anyone that may have information regarding that child. They get to know the child, they gather all that information, and they submit a written report to the judge, advocating for the child's best interest, making sure the child's safe, and advocating for any unmet needs that child may have. And then once they are trained and they are assigned the case, again, it's a little bit more hours on the front end because you're trying to find out who's who on the case, so who everyone is and being able to talk to everyone. Once you do that, the average is anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a month on the case. The reason I am passionate about CASA program is because I believe that every child is one adult away from a success story. And sometimes I think that sounds cliche, but it really is true. Children that are involved in the CASA program have multiple adverse childhood experiences. So they have been separated from mom and dad. They've been abused and or neglected. They typically come from a home that has a mental health component or a domestic violence component or a parent that's incarcerated. So by the time the CASA program and the CASA advocate becomes involved with that child already has multiple adverse childhood experiences. There's not anything that we can do to take those adverse childhood experiences away. But what we can do is increase that child's resilience. And resilience is created, is enhanced, is grown by forming positive, healthy adult-child relationships. And the great thing about resilience is that it trumps adversity and that it can be grown at any age. So whether you're 4 or 44 or 84, you can grow your resilience. And that's what our CASA advocates do. We cannot change their past, but we can change their story going forward. And we do that by increasing that resiliency, enhancing their protective factors, and advocating for them.